Hi, I'm Sarah from Grace Health and Fitness, and today's video is all about introducing you to Pilates, whether you're a beginner or perhaps a postnatal client. I am going to be talking about our breath, our pelvic floor and our core, and I hope that this video is really helpful just for you to know what you should be thinking about, what you should be feeling as you try something like Pilates. If you are someone who is postnatal, okay, even if it is a long time afterwards, your posture changes in pregnancy, your pelvic floor changes in pregnancy, and your breath and the capacity of your lungs changes in pregnancy. If you are new to Pilates, again, have you thought about your posture? Have you thought about your breath before? Do you know where your tummy muscles are and how they should function and feel? And so hopefully this video is really informative and practical in the sense that it will allow you to really understand the basics of Pilates and then get more from your Pilates classes, or perhaps start you on your journey to strength and fitness through Pilates. So the first thing I want us to do is just have a little feel of our tummy muscles. So this is particularly important if we have had a baby, and we're going to check for diastasis recti. Even if you haven't, let's still get down on our floor or our mat and have a wee check of our tummy muscles. Then I'm going to talk through our pelvic floor and our breath. Okay, so lie yourself down comfortably. Okay, so feet and knees hip width apart. Okay, not having your feet too close into your bottom, not having them too far away. Make sure your head is comfortable and that your chin is tucked towards your chest, okay, not up into the air. And the first thing I want us to do is to think about the centre line of our tummy, okay? So in pregnancy those muscles separate and sometimes after pregnancy they don't fully come back together, and someone might then try Pilates because they've maybe heard that Pilates can be beneficial for those muscles. But again, if you don't know what you're doing or you don't know what you're looking for, then sometimes you can maybe join a class that's too advanced for you and actually do yourself more harm than good. So let's have a little feel of our tummy muscles and see how they're doing. So you're going to take a couple of fingers and you're going to start from just between your lower ribs, and we're going to lift up our head and chest from the floor and have a little feel between those ribs and a little kind of side to side motion. And then we're going to come down, we're going to do the same a couple of centimetres below, and again a little side to side motion. Come down, take the fingers lower, and again bring the head and shoulders up, a little side to side motion. Around about belly button, again up you come, a little side to side, and then one below belly button in those lower tummy muscles, and again a little side to side. So how do they feel? So what you want to feel underneath your fingertips is a firmness, okay? You don't want to feel like your hand is sinking deep into your tummy, okay? If it is, then it means those muscles are not there supporting your core the way that they should be, okay? So if you feel that a little bit of tension under your fingers, and that's great, that means those muscles are activating, okay, and they are working the way they should. So whichever one you feel, whether it's a softness and a gap or whether it's the firmness underneath your fingers, okay, we are going to try and keep a level of connection and contraction then when we do these next couple of things, and see if that changes how that centre line feels, okay? So we're going to take a nice breath in, and as we breathe in I want you to think about filling into the sides of your ribs. So in through nose, breath out through mouth, like you're blowing through a straw. Breath in, sides of your ribs, breath out through straw. Now I want you to think about filling into the sides, the front and back of your ribs. Push into the ground with your ribs. Okay, breath in and breath out. Okay, now we're going to think about our pelvic floor, and I want you to think about drawing your pelvic floor together and then lifting, okay? So close and lift on the breath out. Okay, so breath in, breath out, close and lift, lift, lift. Inhale, relax. Same again. Now, can we just double check that our pelvis is staying nice and still and we're not pushing ourselves back towards the floor as we breathe out, okay? So your spine has a natural curve to it. You should be able to slide your fingertips in underneath your lower back. So as you breathe out, That is not moving, okay? So even pop your hands on your lower tummy, in through nose, out through mouth. Close and lift the pelvic floor as you breathe out. Again, inhale, fill into the lungs. Breath out. Keeping lower tummy, lower back nice and still. Now I want you to think about your tummy, okay? I want you to put your hands on your tummy. You're going to take that breath in. We're going to close and lift pelvic floor. And we're going to imagine our hands sliding together in the centre of our tummy. Okay? So breath in. Breath out. Close and lift pelvic floor. Slide hands towards each other in the centre of your tummy. Inhale. Relax the pelvic floor. Breath out. Close. Little drawing of belly button, okay? Inhale, let it all relax. And exhale. Little tighten of belly button, lift pelvic floor. And again, you should see that nothing about my back is changing as I do that, okay? My lower back isn't pushing into the ground, my bottom isn't getting involved, okay? I'm not arching further either, I'm not tipping my pelvis forward and allowing my sort of mid-back area to start to lift off, okay? Everything else is staying really still and I'm just contracting those deep abdominal muscles, okay? So the main one we want to be thinking about in Pilates is our transverse abdominis muscle. And it wraps right round from your back, okay, from fascia into that midline, okay? And the midline comes from your lower ribs, okay, your sternum, right down to pubic bone, okay? So it's a massive area of muscle and it's like a big corset, okay? And so when we're about to move in Pilates, we're going to do that now, then we want to think about that corset all tightening up towards that centre line, setting, okay? And you'll sometimes hear teachers say set or prepare or engage those tummy muscles, okay? So, or activate, okay? I quite often maybe use the word set because your muscles are always activated in your core, okay? As we stand upright, our tummy muscles and back muscles and our pelvic floor muscles are always working, okay? So it's not so much that we need to turn them on and turn them off, okay? It's about connecting with them and setting them so that we're ready to take some tension or weight or intensity through them, okay? So we are going to now slide out one of our legs on our breath out with that pelvic floor and that tummy tightening and keeping everything else nice and still. So breath in, breath out, set tummy, slide one leg out, hold, and again bring it back to the floor. Try the other side. So breath in, breath out through mouth, inhale back in. And again, breath out, set. Everything about your back is staying the same. You've got the pelvic floor lift, you've got the belly button drawing in. Inhale back in. Inhale. As that leg moves away, are you able to keep the opposite leg totally still? Okay, the knee's not moving, your foot's not moving, okay, and again, your back and tummy isn't moving. Your mid-back is staying nice and secure. I've still got my little bit gap at my lower back, and my pelvis is still quite flat, okay? So again, we could always give ourselves some feedback by popping our hands on our lower tummy or around our pelvis, okay, and making sure it stays nice and still as we breathe out, set, and move. Inhale back in through nose, out through mouth, okay? Now we're going to add in arms, okay? So this time your opposite arm is going to move up overhead as the arm moves away. Inhale back in. Breath out, set, move. Everything else is staying nice and still, just those limbs moving. Make sure as well you've not reached your fingertips too high. Make sure your shoulder blades are nice and relaxed. Breath out. Again, are you able to keep the opposite diagonal totally still? Breath out and move. Again, these deeper tummy muscles are the ones that are working here, okay? Breath in, breath out. Inhale and exhale. We lift the pelvic floor, a little drawing of belly button. Now remember, we don't need to think about our pelvic floor with every exercise. Over time, it becomes more natural for it to get maybe involved. but mainly we're thinking about that feeling of just keeping that core nice and still, little drawing of belly button, and keeping these other areas that we've talked about, our pelvis, our lower back, our rib cage, nice and still, okay? And then as the moves get more difficult, again, your core is able to cope with that increase in tension or resistance or pressure or intensity or whatever it might be, okay? So we're going to go in a different angle now. We're going to take the knee out to the side with, again, the diagonal arm. And again, you're going to keep it, the other knee totally still. So nice breath in, breath out, set tummy, move. Inhale, exhale, move. Feeling of drawing in belly button as I breathe out, setting tummy, not letting anything move. Out to the side, back in. And again, breath out. Inhale. Let's do a wee combination. So breathe out, set, move. Inhale. Take that same side now, out to the side. Inhale. Other side, leg away, point the toe if you can. Nice straight leg. Inhale in, pop the foot down, take the knee out wide and the arm out wide. Inhale back in, my back hasn't moved. Exhale, extend. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Inhale in, same arm and leg, take them out to the side, wide as you can, breathing out. Inhale back in. Draw those tummy muscles in as you move your limbs. Exhale and move. Inhale. And again, same arm and leg, take them out wide. Breathing. Inhale back in. Why not have a little hug in towards your chest, okay? A little rock side to side. So now I'm just going to get you to feel how it feels as you start to take both legs up off the ground, okay? If you do have a gap in your tummy muscles, you might find that there's a pulling sensation in that midline. You might even physically see a doming, is what people call it, where those the sort of tissue expands here, where those muscles are struggling to cope with the pressure, okay? So I'm not going to get you to do any exercises in tabletop today, but I just want you to feel how it feels as you bring both legs up, okay? If you're a beginner to Pilates, but your tummy muscles don't have any issues with them, then you might find that you can feel that increase in work, but that it's not too difficult for you, which is good. Okay, so again, arms just by your side, palms up to the ceiling. We're going to inhale, bring one knee just above the hip. We're going to start that breath out. We're going to set the tummy muscles, okay? So again, nothing about my back is moving. My belly button is drawing in. Inhale, exhale, set, then bring the second leg up. Are you able to keep all this area still, okay? Breath in, breath out, set, move down, and the other one, okay? So again, breath in, breath out. Inhale, breath out, inhale. Okay? Do it another couple of times, okay? And I'll just talk you through a couple of things. So as that second leg comes up, you shouldn't feel that your back starts to lift here, okay? And your mid-back starts to lift up. That's going to be a strain on your tummy and on your back. Equally, it could be that we need to bring our knees in a bit closer and tip our pelvis back the way a little bit, so we're pushing our lower back into the ground, because that will keep our back safer, okay? So perhaps if you're practicing and you know that you're going to struggle a little bit, then as you bring the knees in, bring them closer than hip height, okay? So inhale, first knee in, set, second knee. And then it means as they're up there, I'm resting, okay? Whereas if I bring them here, right above my hips, then I'm working the whole time, okay? So feel the difference, bring them in. You're able to just hopefully breathe a bit more normally, feel like your back is a wee bit more relaxed, and then take them right above the hips. Oh, maybe starting to struggle a bit, okay? So again, breath out, first leg, inhale, second. So a couple more times, just see how it feels. Inhale, bring them in closer if you know you need to. Breath out. And again, inhale, exhale. Inhale, set, and then move, okay? And again, bring the knees in towards chest and a little rock side to side. Okay, good. So we're going to come round onto our side, okay, up onto our forearm. And we're going to do a few hip lifts, okay, in a kind of side plank position, okay, because this can be quite safe for our tummy muscles. And again, we're just going to be able to have a wee gauge in our minds of what's happening there. So make sure your elbow is right underneath your shoulder, palm towards the ground ideally, okay, and make sure again your hip is in line with your shoulder and head, okay. And I also just like to think about our lower ribs, okay, so that little fleshy bit between the bones. Just make sure again that there's a feeling of just drawing that area in towards you, okay, because some people in this position will push their chest forward and flare, so just tuck in a little bit, and again that feeling of drawing in the tummy. So we're going to just try and lift up our hips and bring them back down. Add in our breath, so breath in, breath out, inhale down, and again breath out and inhale, okay. Lift, 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 and down. You can take the top leg straight as well and do the same again. So breath out and inhale. Lift up hips and down. Good. Okay, how does that feel? Are you able to lift straight up and down, or do you feel yourself being pulled forward or back? Do you need to adjust your elbow and make sure it's right underneath the shoulder? And again, make sure we're taking the weight as evenly across our shoulder and chest as we can, rather than feeling like our ear and shoulder are getting closer and closer together. So a couple more times. Inhale, exhale, lift, 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 straight to the ceiling. Okay, not forward and back. Bring yourself up and reach that arm up over to the side. Good. Okay, we're just going to try the other side, okay? I'm not going to do too many. So again, elbow underneath our shoulder, both knees on top of each other, and again, can we lift up the waist? Inhale down, exhale lift, inhale down. Again, straight up to the ceiling, straight down. In through nose, out through mouth. Little draw in of tummy, little draw in of these lower ribs towards each other. Again, we could take the top leg straight. Inhale down, exhale lift. How does that feel? Okay, you should be able to feel lots of muscles working. Lift, 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 and lower. One more time if you can. Adjust the elbows as well through this if you ever need to. And again, bring yourself up and have a little stretch over to the side. Good. We're going to come back onto our side now, and again, we're going to do a few exercises on our side, because it again can be quite a safe way to strengthen our core without as much abdominal pressure as things that might be when we're on our back, okay? So, option here, you could support your head with a little pillow so that you can have your arm outstretched and just a little pillow in here, or I'm going to lift up here just so that I can see a little bit better, but as I'm doing that I don't want to be straining my neck. I want you to straighten your top leg, let your bottom one be quite straight, but allow yourself a little bend. When we're on our side, I want you to think about lifting your waist up a little bit from the ground, okay? So, because I'm on my elbow, I can lift my waist further. If I was down here, I can still lift my waist so I could get my fingertips in. And when I start my leg lifts, I'm not squashing the floor. Okay, so breath out, inhale, out, inhale. If I'm up here, I can just get a bigger lift, but still do the same breathing pattern. Breath out, inhale. Okay, so therefore my tummy and back are working whilst doing a leg lift, okay? Inhale, exhale. Good. Breath out and in. Good. Two more. Breath and breath. Good. And again, bring yourself up, have a little stretch over to the side. And then the other way. Okay, bring the legs down to the other side. Okay, and again, up on elbow, if you can lift the waist up more, or lie yourself down with a little pillow to support. Bottom leg quite straight, and we're going to lift and lower the top leg. Good. And inhale. Good. Couple more. Good. bring yourself up for a little stretch, okay? Not doing too many, just want to introduce you to some of the positions, okay? We're going to come into all fours. Now, if you have found that when you did the little diastasis check that your tummy muscles did feel like they had a gap in there, then you can do this next exercise because it would be one that I might use as part of rehab, but then the one after that perhaps might not be suitable for you just now, okay? So you can have a wee go with it, but certainly if you're a beginner, these ones are absolutely fine. So you're going to pull your belly button in as you breathe out and tuck your tailbone under, tucking your chin and head in. Inhale forward, drop tummy, bring tailbone up, and exhale, pull in. Now when we're in all fours, our knees are under our hips, our hands are under our shoulders, but our elbows are soft, okay? Make sure we're not locking our elbows. Inhale, exhale up, belly button, really try and draw it in, okay? And this might be really hard, okay? Inhale, relax, and exhale, try and draw it up. So don't worry if you don't feel a massive connection as you try and draw up, okay? Equally, I remember when I first did these after having my latest baby, when I lay in the, was in this all fours position, there was a lot of stuff hanging down, okay? And I really struggled to try and pull it in as I arched up, okay? But again, over time it becomes possible. So just do what you can, don't look at it too much, don't do them in front of a mirror. Okay, just try and allow everything to relax, try and get some connection to draw it in. Okay, I want you to come to the centre point, and as I said, if your tummy muscles are not there yet, don't worry about doing this exercise. If they're okay, have a little go. So we're going to keep our spine in its neutral position, so our tummy's always switched on, our shoulders are nice and relaxed away from our ears, okay? We're thinking about those shoulder blades being on the back of our rib cage, okay? Not out to the side. And then I want you to think about, again, your bottom staying right up over your hips. And I want you just to take one arm and reach it ahead and bring it back. Make sure you keep your neck in line with your spine. You're not looking forward. Equally, don't let it drop down. We're then going to see if we can lift one leg up and bring it back down. And lift the other leg and bring it back down. Back to the first arm again. And so, if you feel that your tummy is not staying involved, don't worry about doing these, okay? Do a few more cat-cows. If you feel like you're able to keep that tension through your tummy as you do these, then great, keep going. Okay, as a progression from this, I would move on to doing arm and leg, okay? Don't try the same side, you'll fall over. Okay, diagonal leg and arm. Okay, so whichever one you're practicing just now, do another couple. Inhale and exhale. And I'm thinking about keeping my shoulders in their alignment, okay? Keeping my hips in alignment, so not letting my hips go side to side or forward and back. Okay? Keeping it all nice and strong and still. Good, and let's sit back into child's pose for a nice stretch. Sitting back towards our heels, arms forward. Good. And I'm going to just bring us up into seated, okay? So hopefully that was helpful for you and gave you a little bit of an introduction to Pilates, and particularly if you are the postnatal client, hopefully that was helpful just to give you an idea of ways that we can just start getting you back into some strength and fitness again. Because it is so important to look after our core and our pelvic floor, to get things like posture and breathing dealt with before we dive into any more intense exercise. So let me know how you got on and keep an eye out for other videos. Thank you so much. Bye.